What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel here to give you your daily dose of radiation. In today's video, we are covering the 6 and 8 a.m. morning rush at the hospital. So to give you context, I am an A-shift X-ray tech. I've been doing it for about 4 years. And this is something that you'll experience a lot of the time, almost like when you work during the lunch service. You know, there's the lunch rush, the breakfast rush, or whatever, the high flow people. So in the hospital, it's almost the same thing. We call it the people are waking up, or people are going to the bathroom, people are getting their coffee, people are heading to work, all the stuff, right? So there's higher level of traffic around the world, right? You can say. And the night shift techs are usually the ones who get involved with it, unless you work the 7 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you are not as fortunate and you work the 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. like I do, you are stuck with this traffic because you get a bunch of MVCs because people were trying to go to work and they crossed that light. And now guess what, sir? You're in my ER. And now you ain't gonna make it to work. You should have thought about that. But anyways, you have like the old grandma, the meemaws who fell because they wanted cookies or coffee, milk, whatever, and they slipped, fell on the toilet, and now their hips. You have that going on. You have like a lot of morning activities and people just getting hurt, and now it's your. Because like sometimes, I'll be honest, you'll be chilling, it'll be like 5 a.m, slow, maybe a chest or two, and it's always as soon as you see the daytime doctor, you're like, he about to come in and just start ordering stuff. And they just start hitting you, and it's like you feel like you're like, well, I already did that kind of workload at the beginning of my shift, but now it's starting again. That's something you will have to deal with most of the times. We complain about it, ain't nothing you can do about it, but it is something that happens. Because you would think it would be just random stuff that would cause people to end up in the hospital. And it is, but it's weird the amount of years and overtime I've been working. You see a pattern that happens over and over again that you just start. Same thing with the seasons. Certain seasons are more heavy workflow for the techs compared to other seasons. It's just an observation. Who knows? Maybe it's just where I work at. And maybe you are fortunate that wherever you work at does not have the same issues that we do. Or not issues, but workflow type stuff. It's kind of a brief-ish of what happens between the 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. rush. And like you'll be like mentally done for the day. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go home and do whatever. And then they will literally start just stacking a bunch of stuff. And it wouldn't be a problem, but the problem you have, the joining of the day shift and the night shift, you have a lot more people. You got the nurse, you have to deal with the nurses and their like shift change situation. So like it's harder to just go shoot some people. Or sometimes some of the other nurses gave report fast and you're just stuck with the day shift nurses, which are completely different than the night shift nurses. And most of them aren't as nice and let you shoot it, or maybe you just don't have that relationship with them, so it changes the work dynamics, which ultimately kind of messes us up, because then day shift comes in and they're like, yo, what's all these orders from like so and so time stamp? And you're like, well, we've been trying, nurses been in there, doctors, and it makes you look bad. It's been your boy Miguel. I'm here to educate you in this beautiful field of radiology. We'll see you on the next one.